Okay, now there's one player I want to ask you about. I mean, he just popped in my head because, well, for one, Coach Paulo did a good breakdown with him and his new player's perspective. I just have to plug to all our viewers. Coach Paulo has some great stuff, basketball stuff on his page. Just figure out how to find him. He's doing a new segment breaking down players, and this player happens to be one of my favorite players too. Even if he's from the South. But you said Vic Manuel is like your June Mar, your Stan Hardinger. But like a guy like Jvee Casio, how valuable is he to your team?
I mean, JV. So he's that vet that you could rely on. He's that vet that you don't need to talk to too much because he knows what it takes to be successful. He's a guy that'll come in each and every day and work hard. He'll understand what we're doing. He'll do his best, as a captain to kind of bring guys together. But having a guy like that where you don't need to kind of babysit too much and know that you can trust him to kind of lead the team is very helpful. It's very helpful to what we do. And Jvee's been doing it for a long time, doing it for a while. The tricky thing there is just again finding your own motivation in the different circumstance. So Jvee was okay during the bubble. He had a few good games. He struggled with a few, and also that's just normal, I think, for everyone. Only because it's the different challenge. And, we don't get to separate ourselves and not see each other for a while. You're constantly together. You're in the bus together. You're riding home. You're eating together. When you get back to the hotel, you're rooming in with someone, and your next teammate is 5 feet away. So, and you're all on one floor. So there's no chance to kind of be able to separate yourself a little bit. But yeah. Having a guy like Jvee is always an advantage.
Do you still feel that he can be productive or is he towards starting to age or slow down a bit? And I ask this because, well, no, he has always been consistent, but he's now not so much mentioned anymore amongst the top point guards in the PBA. But I mean, for what it's worth, I feel he's just so valuable in a lot of different ways that you just mentioned. But do you think he can still sustain this as, I guess, your main point guard?
That's a good question. That's something, to be honest, that we as coaches will always evaluate. And it's not just him. We did the same thing with Vic. We did the same thing when we knew we were losing Sonny. And we could go across the board in all positions, and you'll have discussions like that. One thing I'm good about Jvee, Coach Charles, is he's reliable. Mm-hmm. And that's something that you cannot teach. And you always know that he'll always make the right play. It may not work the way we expect. It's just basketball, but that you always have a good chance and a good opportunity when he's making a decision. And that's something I guess you cannot teach. That's experience. That's being calm under the storm, and that's being able to play at a high level with despite the challenges. So, Jvee's that guy. And, coming into this year, he is getting a little older. He's that young, older vet is how I'd like to describe it. Mav is coming in and he's coming into his prime, I think. So we hope and pray that, my hope and prayer is he just stays healthy, because I think he can really, give a lot more. And then we're really happy with the JC. So Marcelino. So we're gonna give him opportunities this year and see how he develops. He got to kind of sit on the bench a little bit last conference and watch and experience just being there. He wasn't able to have a lot of opportunities to play, but we're hoping that experience will give him the confidence to be able to showcase what he could bring for us this year.
Warning on Coach Paulo Layud for delaying the game. Technical foul on Coach Anton Altamirano for resentment to a call. Coach Charles Chu out of the playing court. Coaches Unfiltered. No refs, no techs.